Let's see now. It is day, what is it? Day 35 of the shutdown? Yeah, day 35 of the shutdown. I say there is some movement towards a deal to fix this shutdown. President Trump says he's open to ending it in exchange for a wall down payment. Senators Schumer and McConnell met to discuss possible next steps. Some moderate Democrats also coming forward urging a deal. Get this get this government open again. Right. Congresswoman Katie Hill, Democrat from California, joins us now. Congresswoman, thank you very much for being with us on the show. We appreciate it, ma'am.
Thank you so much for having me, Stuart.
I believe you've said that, look, a physical barrier at the border is necessary. Key word, necessary. So would you support a temporary deal to end the shutdown, allowing some kind of physical barrier?
Well, the deal that I believe has to happen is that it's going to take some work for us to come to the comprehensive border security arrangement that we need to. And we're seeing major problems related to the shutdown now. You mentioned earlier the economic problems that we're seeing from it, and the flights that we're seeing canceled and majorly delayed at huge airports. I have a major flight center that is in my district where air traffic controllers who control all of the flights coming into Southern California and surrounding airports, surrounding regions, are 6,000 flights a day are controlled there, 300 air traffic controllers. So we have to open it now. 2 paychecks that people are missing is completely unacceptable, and then let's do the deal.
But Speaker Pelosi will not accept a barrier, a border barrier. She won't accept it. Your leader is holding this up.
I don't think she said that. I think she said that there's not going to be a wall, there's not going to be a 2,000-mile concrete barrier, and even Trump is not asking for that anymore.
But she hasn't gone anywhere near the president, who has suggested, latest is, a down payment on a border wall. He suggested that, and no response from Speaker Pelosi, your leader.
The problem is, if he's asking for a down payment on it right now as part of the deal to open the government, that puts us in this position where this can happen over and over again. So let's say we do this quote-unquote down payment, then he opens it for 3 weeks. What happens if we don't come to the arrangement that he likes in 3 weeks? Does he shut it down again? Do we put our federal workers through this exact same catastrophe again?
But you would get the government off and running, and these airport delays, that's going to affect tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, of ordinary people. Not the 800,000 furloughed government workers, but ordinary people trying to go around their business. That surely raises the pressure. Just get this thing done.
I agree. Get this thing done. Get it open, and then let's talk. Let's get the final deal that needs to happen. And frankly, let's make it illegal for this to happen.
I'm terribly sorry to interrupt you here, but isn't that what the president's saying? Give me a down payment on the wall, and let's talk. And open the government and talk.
But why is it okay for him to get what he needs, what he wants, and say that he's okay to hold this leverage? It is complete
because it
BS.
Opens the government. The government starts to run again.
But it's a crisis that he created. It's a crisis that he said he's going to make because he wants his stupid wall. So it is a stupid wall. We can have some barriers. We can have the border security. Democrats have always wanted it. But we don't do it on the backs of federal workers and now the hundreds of thousands of people who are dealing with this flight delays.
Didn't you say that a border structure is necessary? I think
it is along certain
necessary.
parts. Yeah, it is along certain parts, but we don't do it this way. This isn't how we legislate. This isn't how a government works. And frankly, I'm mad at this point. It is no longer okay for us to even be talking about this because we have to open the government, and then we need to come to this comprehensive plan that does include some barriers. It does include, all of these aspects that we've been talking about. But by God, we don't get to do it on the backs of federal workers and on the backs of this huge economic loss that we're seeing. And he's the one who's stopping that. Mitch McConnell stopping it. Let's come to a deal that opens the government right now, gives us the time to come to an arrangement.
Senator Schumer voted against a bill which would have paid the Coast Guard. Surely we can come together on this one, can't we? There's faults on both sides. It's not all the president's fault, and it's not all Nancy Pelosi's fault. There's fault on both sides here. I think a lot of people are saying, enough, come on, get this thing going again. The pressure is mounting, and there is movement towards getting the government up and running again. There is, it's there.
Listen, the thing that I think we've stayed so consistent on is that the arrangement, the deal that we're going to come to is frankly going to piss off a lot of Democrats. But we have to open up the government now And Leader Pelosi, Schumer are going to lose some Democrats on this deal. Whatever ends up happening out of this, we're going to lose some of the left, possibly even a big part of the Congressional Hispanic Caucus. But we have to have this long-term deal that is going to be bipartisan. It's just that it can't be negotiated this way. It cannot be. I don't think that government shutdowns should be legal in any way, shape, or form.
Maybe tell that to some of the thousands of people who are delayed in their air travel today, yesterday, tomorrow, etc.
I agree. I completely agree.
Look, Congresswoman, we really appreciate you being with us today. It's a thorny issue, but we want to get at it, and we appreciate it.
I agree. Thank you so much.
Sure thing.